Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel and let's get into the video. So week already ends, that is the reason why we will going to look into weekly candle first, then after that we will going to look into one day candle and 15-minute candle for taking any kind of trade. So in weekly candle you can clearly see that Bank Nifty try to closes below that 39,500 600 level, which previously act as a major support level. So in this week it tried to closes below that, but it could not sustain there. So my suggestion would be let it once again closes below 39,500 or 400 or 200. Then after that, if it shows any kind of negative movement, then we will going to take it for selling, and target will be around that lower, which is 18,000 38,600. Then next target will be round level 38,000. But if it opens gap up and if it try to closes above 39,800 or 700, and if it closes above 40,000, then after that we'll going to took any kind of buying trade, and target we can set to 40,600 to 40,550. So in weekly candle it's kind of look negative to me, but for taking any kind of buying or selling trade we need to look into one day candle chart. So in one day candle chart you can clearly see here that from the last 2 days it continuously shows positive movement here, and on Friday it also made a kind of hammer candle. So it kind of a positive candle, but it needs to closes above that resistance zone which previously act as a major resistance, which is 39,800 to 850. So it needs to closes above that, then after that we can take any kind of buying trade. And you can notice here that previously that zone which is 39,600 act as a major support level. Almost 3 to 4 times it continuously took support from that level. So my suggestion would be, if it once again try to closes above 40,000 or shows any kind of strong movement, then we will going to take trade for buying. But as of now it kind of look to me, if it once again trades below 39,600 or 500 or 400 or below 39,000 level, then it may show some rapid selling pressure here, and target we can set to 38,000 to 37,400 or 300 level. But in one day candle chart it looks positive to me. If it opens gap up and if it trades above 39,800, then we will going to take trade for buying. But if it opens flat and opens gap down and shows any kind of negative movement, we will going to take trade for selling. Now let's look into 15-minute candle for taking any kind of trade. In 15-minute candle you can clearly notice here that from last 3 to 4 days it continuously shows negative movement, but from Thursday and Friday it shows kind of positive movement here, and it makes W pattern here and try to close above that 39,800 level. So as I said, if it opens gap up or opens flat and trades above 39,800 850 level, which previously act as a major resistance level, if it trades above that, then you can take trade for buying, and our small target will be 40,000, and if it breaks that, then our next target will be 40,400 to 40,500. And if it opens gap down or trades below 39,200, or if it trades below that trend line which is also 39,100 to 39,050, and if it trades below that, then we will going to take trade for selling, and target will be around 38,800 to 38,600. So that's all about Bank Nifty. Now let's look into Nifty uniquely candle chart. So in Nifty you can clearly see that it looks more negative than Bank Nifty because it continuously trades in that range which previously act as a major support level. So if it breaks that level, then it may show some negative movement, but if it shows continuously or strong positive movement from that support level, then we will going to take trade for buying. But as of now, if it trades once again that 70,000 below level, then we can take trade for selling, and our first target will be 16,750. Next target will be around 16,400. And now let's look into one day candle chart for taking any kind of trade, or we will going to look into any kind of trend identification. So in one day candle chart you can clearly see here that it continuously shows negative movement, but in the last 2 days it kind of made a doji candle here. It made a red candle. That does not mean it is a negative candle, but you can count it as some kind of positive candle, because the buyer who took buying trade, they took that price upwards at the end. That means there are many buyers than sellers. So that is the reason why I will going to consider it as a positive candle. So if it opens a gap up, or if it trades above 70,200 level, which previously act a major resistance level, if it trades above that, then we will going to take trade for buying, and target will be around 70,400 to 70,450. So in one day candle chart it kind of looks sideways to me, because previously 7,200 level act as a resistance level and 70,000 level act as a support level. So it needs to close above that for taking any kind of buying trade, and if it trades below 70,050 or 70,000 level, then we will going to take trade for selling. Now let's look into 15-minute candle. So in 15-minute candle you can clearly see that it also try to closes above that 70,200 level, which previously act as a major resistance level. So as I said, if it trades above that, then you can go to take trade for selling, and target will be around 70,350 to 70,400. But if it opens gap down, or if it trades below 7,000 level, which previously have a trend line here, so if it trades below that by opening gap down, or if it trades below round level 70,000 or 70,050, then we will going to take trade for selling, and target will be around 16,900 first, next target will be 16,850. And one thing you can clearly notice here that it made a cup candle here. So if it closes above that candle, then we will going to take trade for buying, neither will going to take trade for selling. So that's all about Bank Nifty and Nifty. If you wanted to take trade in Bank Nifty options, then you need to look into Bank Nifty components. In first component, we will going to look into HDFC Bank. In HDFC Bank, you can clearly see here that it closes above that 1560 level, and right now it trades around that 1572. But it needs to closes above 1580 to take any kind of buying trade, and target you can set to 1600 level. But if it trades below that, then you're going to wait for another 2 or 3 days for any kind of trend confirmation. Now let's look into ICICI Bank. In ICICI Bank, you can clearly see that it trades in a range. It needs to closes above 840 for taking any kind of buying trade, or closes below 820 for taking any kind of selling trade. Now let's look into SBI Bank. In SBI Bank, you can also clearly notice here that it continuously goes down, but in the last 2 to 3 days, it continuously sustains that 530 level. So if it again try to closes above 530 or 32 and shows any kind of positive movement, then we're going to take trade for buying, and target will be around 540. Now let's look into Kotak Bank. In Kotak Bank, it made a positive candle here, but you can notice here that previously that 1700 level act as a major support level, so it breaks that. And if it shows any kind of negative movement around that 1700 level, then we're going to take trade for selling, and target will be around 1650 to 1650. Now let's look into Axis Bank. In Axis Bank, you can also clearly notice here that it also tried to closes above that 840 level, but it could not sustain there. My suggestion would be let it closes above that for taking any kind of buying trade, but if it trades in that range, then it needs to closes below 820 for taking any kind of selling trade. Now let's look into our last bank, which is IndusInd Bank. In IndusInd Bank, you can clearly notice here that on Friday it opens gap up around that zone and continuously take resistance from that, and right now it trades around 1020. So it may be continuously goes down if it opens flat or so opens gap down and shows any kind of negative movement. We'll go into take trade for selling, and target will be around round level 1000. So that's all about today, guys. If you like my video, please share it and subscribe my channel, and let's meet on another video.